So the tongue-eating louse doesn't have any effect on humans, apart from providing fishermen with a bit of a shock when they open up a fish's mouth. The tongue-eating louse is a really cool animal. It's basically a type of isopod. So what an isopod is a tiny small crustacean, and it crawls in through the fish's gills and then replaces the fish's tongue. So when you open up a fish's mouth, you'll see these two beady little eyes looking at you, and that's the tongue-eating louse. It's quite small and it's got lots of plates along its back, and then it's got these specialized legs that it uses to clamp onto the fish's tongue. So the tongue remains there, it just completely dies off. You just see basically dead tissue and then this tongue-eating louse. When it clamps onto the tongue, it basically takes all the blood and all the mucus that was meant to go to the tongue. And so that's why it's considered a bloodsucker. The louse relies on the host for its food and nutrients, so it doesn't want to kill its host. So basically it takes just as much blood and nutrients as it needs, but without killing the fish. So the louse will survive on the fish for its entire life cycle. They've been discovered to live for up to 3 years. It basically acts as a prosthetic tongue for the fish so that the fish can still get food and still get nutrients. And then that basically supports the louse's survival as well. The juvenile stage of the tongue-eating louse will occur in the water column and is able to swim around and find the host. So it starts off being able to swim and move around in the water column. They find the fish species through chemical cues in the water, and then as it goes into the fish, it then kind of becomes modified and clamps on to the fish. The tongue-eating louse is all around the world. They typically occur in more tropical to subtropical areas. They're found all around Australia, which is really cool. There's multiple species of tongue-eating louse. For example, there's a species that occurs in Australia. It occurs on at least 5 different types of fish, and so it's much more of a generalist, whereas other species will be much more focused on 1 or 2 fish species. So fishermen will often find them when they're fishing off the east coast of Australia. They may pull up a fish, open its mouth, and there's the tongue-eating louse. The tongue-eating louse is really important. It's part of the food web, it's part of our ecosystem. So the presence of the tongue-eating louse, it still impacts the host. The host fish won't be as strong, it won't be as mobile, it won't be as quick. It won't receive the same amount of nutrients as it would if the tongue-eating louse isn't there. So as a result, it's more weak. So that means that predators may be able to get the host fish. It's basically just still a very important part of the ecosystem for controlling the amount of the host species and also being a food source for other species. It is part of the circle of life.